I would die for Lucy. I know this with every fiber of my being. We haven't known each other long, but she has burrowed under my skin. She is my heir, my reason for being, and I would burn the world down to keep her safe.
Little did Jack know, the world was already on fire, and she was at its heart. Jack had found Lucy wandering in the woods, lost and alone. Or so she said. Her eyes, deep pools of molten amber, held a flicker of something else. Fear? Pain? He couldn't quite place it. He offered her shelter, a warm meal, a place by his fire. It was then, watching the flames dance in her eyes, that he knew. He would move mountains for this woman, even die for her. He just didn't know how soon he'd be tested. Lucy wasn't lost. Not really. Lost implied accidental, unintentional. She was running, fleeing from a past that cast a long, dark shadow. Her name wasn't Lucy. It was Aurora, heiress to a fortune that many would kill for. And they had tried.
I had seen the greed in their eyes, the hunger for wealth that twisted their souls. I barely escaped with my life. I learned then that trust was a luxury I could no longer afford. So I shed my identity like a snake sheds its skin, becoming Lucy, a ghost drifting through the world, a world that suddenly seemed full of shadows. But even in the darkness, even consumed by fear, a spark of hope remained. A hope that maybe, just maybe, I could outrun my past.
Matt was supposed to be her protector, her confidant. He was the one person she thought she could trust. He was charming, with a smile that could melt glaciers, but beneath the surface lurked a heart as black as night.
I orchestrated the attacks, whispering poison into the ears of greedy men, promising them her fortune in exchange for her life. I underestimated her strength, her will to survive. She saw the truth in my eyes just in time. She fled into the night, the echo of my betrayal, a chilling wind at her back. She knew then that she was truly alone, no one to turn to, no one to trust. She had to disappear, vanish completely.
The world is a dangerous place for a young woman alone. Lucy knew this more than most. She had always been drawn to the beauty of nature, the serenity of solitude, but now, these were her shields, her armor against the world.
I sought out a reclusive master, a woman who lived a life of quiet strength in the heart of the wilderness. Under her tutelage, I learned to fight, to defend myself, to become a weapon myself. Every strike, every block was fueled by the fire of my betrayal, the memory of fear. I honed my body and mind into a weapon, ready to face whatever came next. I was no longer the scared heiress. I was a warrior, forged in the fires of betrayal.
Remember, Lucy, strength comes not just from the body, but from the spirit. You must harness both to truly become a warrior.
Jack's kindness was like a balm to her soul.
He didn't pry, didn't push for details she wasn't ready to reveal.
He simply offered her warmth, companionship, and a safe haven from the storm that raged within her.
His eyes, the color of the summer sky, held no judgment, only a genuine desire to help.
She found herself drawn to his quiet strength, his unwavering integrity.
He was a breath of fresh air in a world that had become suffocating.
For the first time since she had fled, she felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, she could let someone in again. It started with a flicker of movement in the woods, a rustle in the leaves that sent a shiver down Lucy's spine. She recognized the shadows that danced at the edge of the firelight. They had found her.
You can't hide forever, Aurora.
Leave her alone.
The fight was on. Jack fought like a man possessed, his love for Lucy fueling his every move. He was outnumbered, outmatched, but he refused to back down. He had made a silent promise to protect her, and he would sooner die than break it. Lucy watched in horror as Jack took blow after blow, his determination unwavering. She couldn't let him fight alone. Not anymore, not for her. The memory of her training surged through her, the years of discipline, the honed reflexes. She moved like a phantom, a whirlwind of fury and grace. She fought alongside Jack, their movements in sync, their hearts beating as one. They fought with the ferocity of cornered animals, their desperation giving them an almost superhuman strength. One by one, Matt's men fell until only he remained. He lunged at Lucy, his eyes blazing with hatred. She disarmed him with a swift, precise move, her knee pressing against his throat. He lay there, defeated, his life in her hands. She could end it, silence him forever. Revenge burned in her heart, a raging inferno. But something stopped her. She had taken enough lives. She would not become the monster he was. She stepped back, her breath ragged, her body trembling with a mixture of exhaustion and adrenaline.
Get out of our lives and never come back.
Matt scrambled to his feet, fear flickering in his eyes. He disappeared into the night, his threats echoing in the silence. Lucy turned to Jack, her heart pounding. He was battered and bruised, but his eyes, those clear blue eyes, looked at her with unwavering love and admiration.
It's over. It's finally over.
She clung to him, her body racked with sobs, the weight of her secrets finally lifting. In the aftermath of violence, surrounded by the remnants of their ordeal, their love for each other burned brighter than ever. They would return to the city together, not as fugitives, but as victors. She was Aurora, and he was Jack, and their love story was just beginning.